What's up, loves? It's your girl Andy P, aka Andy Rosa, and we back with another one. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe before you get started into this video. But today, I feel love in the air. So we're gonna do a nice little Valentine's Day inspired look. I'm gonna show y'all my updated makeup routine, but just make it a little bit more of date night Valentine's-y. So yeah, if you want to see how I go from this right here to this, please keep watching. Go ahead, like this video, comment during this video, and let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so I'm just going to show y'all a quick little clip of what I use to skin prep. I use Noxzema pads first to just cleanse the face after I wash, and then I go in with some serum from Gut Molecules, and then I also use this lip mask from Milani, my Good Molecules Wake Up Eye Gel, and then I seal it with some Holy Hydration Cream from e.l.f. And then I also place this oil under my eye for just like a little bit more hydration. And then I finish with some rose water. All the products going to be listed down below. So if it was a little too quick for y'all, y'all can just click on those links so y'all can go get those products. But now we're just going to get into these brows. So I didn't want a harsh brow. I never really like harsh brows. So you'll see me kind of going like with some feather motions, just like light, you know, strokes, because I don't want it to be super harsh. Like I outline the bottom mainly, and the top I just kind of fill in where I feel like I need to fill in it. So yeah, if y'all want like a separate brow tutorial, I could really put y'all on. Like I could really hook y'all up. But the pencil I'm using is from Morphe. It is the Cold Brew Micro Brow Pencil. I really do love it. I don't know. I like the color. I like how it gives me that muted brown. It's not too warm, which sometimes I notice with some eyebrow pencils, they can be either too dark or just too warm for my taking. So yeah, my little taste. I like a little light brow. So yeah, this is about it, y'all. Like I've changed my brow routines I don't know how many times. So now that I found one that I just really love, I'll be sticking to it. But you'll see me go in with some e.l.f. Mint Melt Primer. It's kind of the same thing as the Power Grip. I saw these in, I think I saw them in TJ Maxx for like $3. And it's like a milk hydro grip primer dupe and everything. Like it just gives what it needs to give. And now I'm just placing some Smashbox mattifying primer on the T-zones and then also on my cheeks, just because, yeah, I get oily easy. So now you'll see me going in with my Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 300. And I just place a little bit onto like the outside of my brow and work that concealer in, because like I said, I don't like a super defined brow. Like I still want it to look somewhat natural, even though like when you do a full face of makeup, it's not going to look natural, but we can try. And then I'm using my brush I got from Makeup by Mario's kit. I will list everything I'm using down below because I do not remember the actual number for this brush, but I just like how it has a dual end. So it does have like a flat side, and it also has this kind of blending concealer side. And now you'll see me going in with my contour stick on my eyes. And I tell y'all while I do this, because I'm doing a smoky eye, I didn't want to put a light base on my eye. I wanted to put something that was going to match the actual shadow that I'm doing, because my eye was going to be kind of nice, you know, slurry and smoky. So that's what I wanted to give y'all. And I learned that tip from Makeup by Mario. So if y'all want to go and look at his technique, it really works, like legit. But now you'll see me going in with that concealer again, my Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 300, just because, you know, we want the concealer to sit the longest. And I've been getting into this routine to where I do underpaint now. And I don't know, I just like the finish that it gives me, because I don't really need a whole lot of foundation. Like I just need it just to make sure that everything blends. So while that concealer is sitting, I'm going in with my black opal stick in the color Warm Almond. That's the same stick I use on my eyes, but I just take a little bit on that brush that I got from Real Techniques, and I just contour my face. We're sculpting. We are sculpting, honey. We are giving snatchums. And yes, it looks a little like too much right now, but because we're underpainting, I wanted to put a little bit more than I normally would because I still wanted to kind of be, you know, noticeable. I want you to still see that snatchums that I'm trying to give y'all, okay? But yes. I don't know how y'all feel about underpainting. Just listen, just tell me in the comments because I've been liking it lately. I don't know. I just feel like I don't use as much product. And being a makeup artist, like I realize that product is expensive and I'm trying to use the least amount of product that I can, okay? The least on myself and on everybody else. So I have not tried this technique on my clients, but I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to get some models and try it because, yeah, it doesn't use that much product and it still gives just light, airy. It doesn't feel like your face is just caked all the way up, but yeah. So another technique that I have kind of got into is putting bronzer on my lips just because, well, like my contour stick, because it kind of sculpts the lips and kind of makes them look a little plump. I don't know. That's just me. But now you'll see me going in with my foundation. This is the Lancome foundation in the color 420 Neutral, I believe. So I just place that on the areas that, you know, I need to have that gradient effect. So I place it above the contour, below the contour, and on my forehead, just because, you know, we want that gradient effect, even though it's going to go all over the contour anyway. We just want to make sure that it's gradient and that it's lit, okay? Because we trying to give cute. We ain't trying to give caked up. We trying to give natural, you know, beats. Natural beats. And the brush that I'm using is also from that Makeup by Ariel collaboration with Morphe. I love this brush. And another technique that I would recommend is you guys need to spray your face with setting spray before blending. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it allows it to go on smoother. It actually extra sets your makeup. So that's just another technique that I would recommend personally, is setting in between your blending. So like when you place your concealer, even however you do your style, whether you put your foundation on first, you need to spray to set that, go in with your concealer, spray to set that. However you do it, just spray after each step because that is what's going to make your makeup last a lot longer. And also just give that natural finish that, you know, we all ultimately want. We want it to look like skin, so you need to treat it like skin. And I like this brush because, like, it's not a super dense brush. It's kind of soft, so I still get that, like, kind of airbrush, you know, style. But I sprayed my beauty blender that I also got from Makeup by Ariel with the Morphe palette, with the Morphe collaboration. And then I just spray it with rose water. I don't wet or damp my beauty blender. I just spray it with setting spray because I kind of like the drier side of a beauty blender because I feel like it gives me more coverage. I don't know. That's just my preference. I think that for me, it's just been working. For my clients, it's just been working. And then it also just helps me preset before I go in with baking powder and just adds another level of hydration as well. Y'all, she's giving smooth. And y'all, like, I was really not expecting this makeup to come out how good it came out. Because I like to tell people, like, makeup is makeup. Like, I don't want you to think, like, it's supposed to just be this super filtered look. Even though certain skin types can take makeup differently. So you just have to consider that aspect of it. And just love your skin and love where it is at that moment. Okay? Because, yeah, everybody's skin is different. But you'll see me going in with that black opal contour stick again. And I just like to bring this a little bit into the top of my brow just because I like connecting my faces. I like just structure, okay? It gives what it needs to give. I've been doing this for the longest. And then I also like a little button nose. So you'll see me kind of make a round button nose at the bottom. My friend has fell in love with my technique of contouring my nose. And like now she does it. So I don't know. I just like that button nose. I love my nose. So I want to kind of highlight it. But now we're going to set. So before you set anything, make sure everything is blended to your liking. Do not go in and set something that you're just not happy with. Make sure there's no harsh lines. Everything is blended smoothly. But you'll see me going in with my Charlotte Tilbury press setting powder in the color 2, I think. I think it's the shade number 2. And I use a powder puff. I got this off of Amazon. It's like a whole pack, like a 12 pack for like $10. I recommend using a powder puff to set your face, because if not, what are you doing? It just provides, you know, an even application. It's smooth. It just allows me to get into places that, you know, I wouldn't normally get with like a brush or a beauty blender. So I do recommend you order you some powder puffs. Whatever y'all do, order y'all some powder puffs. But I'm just placing that setting powder on places where I place a concealer at, and where I don't want, you know, any oil spots or anything to crease. I place it under the eye, the chin, above the mouth, and as well as on my forehead, just so we can go ahead and get all these oils under control, because yeah, she's gonna start looking oily if I don't set her. But yeah. So now I'm going in with my bronzer and kind of set that contour. So I use this kind of angle brush, and I'm going in with this Mega bronzer that I got from Morphe. It is discontinued, but I will list a alternative down below. But this is Big Shot, and they might still have some. I'm not sure, but I haven't seen it in a while. So I've been milking down this bronzer until I can't milk it down no more. But I like it because of its orangey tone. And then I also go in with my NARS Languta bronzer. And this is kind of like a cool tone bronzer, just because I want to still add that gradient effect. So I add that on top of the bronzer that I placed on there, because kind of one works as my contour, then one works as my bronzer. So it just all comes together. And I was feeling myself, y'all. I was feeling so good. I had my Lucky Day playing in the back. I was just like, yeah, on top of the world. But now I'm going in with that NARS bronzer, and I am just going to set that cream contour that I put on my nose, and also just place this all over the lid, because like I said, we're going for a smoky eye. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, that concealer, well, that cream contour that I placed on my eye is nice and set. So you'll see me making my little button nose, which I love so much. I just love a little button nose, and I gotta put my highlighter on. I didn't do it in this video, but it works out. So now we're going ahead and we're gonna go ahead and bake. And we're baking because we want it to last. So we're gonna go and carve out the bottom of the cheeks, as well as set in those crease lines, because I do smile. I like smiling. So I noticed that like my smile lines, they do crease easily. So I like to place powder right there. And then I also place smile and place powder inside those creases. So we make sure that I have no creasing in my makeup. And now I just take a little bit under my eye, as well as on top of my forehead and over my eyebrows. This is super important to place just a little bit over your eyebrows, because it does actually set your brows in place, especially when using a cheek pencil. This is a technique I would recommend. I noticed that it makes my brows not look oily at the end of the day. So that's just a little tip. I'm dropping jewels, y'all. I'm dropping the jewels. I'm dropping the jewels, okay? And now you'll see me go in with just a little bit of bronzer, because I don't want it too baked. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this eye while I bake for a little bit. The eye did not take me long. So I'm just going in with my Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm using the color Boo Bear, I believe, as just like my smoky, darker brown kind of look. Y'all, this is the easiest eye look you could ever do. Like, you could do this literally in like 5 minutes. Like, it does not take that long to do this eye look. And I'm not sure if I mentioned the setting powder I used. I used Beauty Bakery loose setting powder in the color Casanova. It has like this yellowish tint to it, but it still has like that translucent effect. So that's the powder. But you'll just see me going back in with that brush that I used to put the bronzer on my eye. Just kind of blend out, working out that shade into the crease, the darker shade into the crease, and just blending the bronzer with my darker shade. Makeup is all about blending. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but do your makeup when you have time to just practice. Take your time and really perfect and know your face. Know what you like. Know what you don't like. Know what you don't want on your eyes. Do you want something soft? Do you want something smoky? Do you want something sexy? Do you want something cute? You know, and I know that, you know, our everyday life, we probably are in a rush. So this is something you could do in a rush. Honestly, if you have maybe 30, 45 minutes to do your makeup, this is something you could do. But I would just recommend to just take a day out of the week to really practice your face and get to know like what looks good on your skin and what doesn't. So now I'm going to dust off that powder. I am using my foundation powder in the color 245 from Maybelline. It's the Maybelline Fit Me powder. And I just dust that where I place like my concealer at, because this is kind of like my lighter shade and I want to get that powder off. You know, I don't want it to, you know, stay on there for too long. I noticed that instead of just dusting the powder off with just a regular brush and no product, it leaves the color of the translucent powder on there. So instead, you're going in with a foundation powder just to add color back. You're really not removing the setting powder, if I'm making sense. You're just adding color on top of it so your makeup can last longer. And then it all comes together and it looks cohesive. So now you'll see me taking my ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder foundation in the color medium 10. And I'm just placing that where I place my foundation. And then that setting powder as well. And then I also just placed it all over the face, just to extra set and have that gradient effect. So yes. And all these brushes, y'all, some of these brushes I got from Morphe. Some of these brushes I got from Ross, from TJ Maxx. Y'all just find what the brush looks like and go from there. But now you'll just see me kind of playing, you know, with my colors. I'm just making sure that everything is cohesive. And then I'll go ahead and give me a quick spray with my Morphe spray. Continuous setting mist. If you have not bought that, what is you doing? So now you'll see me going in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder foundation in the color 220. And I just placed this kind of under the eye because I want it to be kind of semi-bright, but not too bright. So that's why I go back in with the foundation powder, just to brighten it up a little bit. And now I give myself a quick spray with some rose water because I was looking a little powdery and I was not liking it. So the lashes I'm using today, I will list them in the description box. I really like these lashes. They give me like, I don't know, like they're false like individuals, but they're not. Like they're just so nice and thick, but they're not too long to where they just overpower my eyes. And I don't like those mad big lashes. So these were perfect for me. And now I'm just placing some concealer before I place those lashes on. And that was the Big Mood mascara from e.l.f. And I did put on my lashes off camera. And if y'all want a separate video of how I apply my lashes, let me know. Comment down below and I will go ahead and get that recorded for y'all. But I wanted to do just a little bit more of a pump, a little bit more smoky. So I did go in with some brown gel liner under my eyes. It's a tattoo liner from Maybelline in the color Bold Brown. And then I'm just taking that bronzer shade, which was the Morphe Big Shot, which is like a warm brown. And I'm just kind of smudging that onto the bottom where that liner is. Just to, what I did on the top is going to be done on the bottom. So this is like a key thing for you ladies to do. And I don't know how I can stress this enough. You need to get you some brow gel. Even if you don't have no brow hairs, this just sets everything like in place. And like, just look how my brows look illuminated. It looks like I have eyebrows, y'all, but I really don't. You feel me? Like that. Get you some Anastasia brow gel. Like for real. Let's be real. So now I'm going to go ahead and start on the lips. And as you see, I'm going in with my MAC. I think I went in with Chestnut. This is definitely Chestnut. I went in with the MAC Chestnut lip liner. And it was just, I really wanted to just leave it with the lip liner. But I knew that I wanted to make this look Valentine's-y and just really sexy. So I went in with my other lip liner, which is Cold Brew by NYX. All this will be listed down below, like I said before. But I placed this kind of in the inner parts of my lips. And I really wanted to leave my lips like this, y'all. I did. Because it was looking so good. It was looking just like mattified and just giving what it was supposed to give. But I wanted to do a red lip. So that's why I went in with a dark brown liner and then a berry liner to kind of tie in the red and make that ombre effect. So I'm using the Lip Lingerie lipstick in the color Stamina. And I necessarily don't use a lot. Like, I tell people that a lot. You do not need a lot of this lipstick because it's super full. Like, it's nice. Like, it's a nice consistency. It's creamy, but it mattifies like quick. So I don't think you need a lot. But it was just like so pretty. I was really falling in love. And I used my fingers because I didn't feel like getting the disposable lip thing. And then I also didn't want to dirty up my brushes with no red lipstick. So I was just using my fingers and it worked for me. So now you'll just see me kind of cleaning up that liner that I placed on my lips. Just so we can make sure people know, like, yeah, it's a bold lip. I did that. I took a long time to do this lip. And I want y'all to know that, like, it's a clean lip. It's a clean red lip. And I like a berry red. I'm not really no bright, like, go crazy type of red person. And now you'll see me just go in with my foundation powder brush and just kind of dust that foundation powder over top of that lip. Just because I don't want it to be too bright or to be too noticeable. So now is my favorite part. We're going to do some blush. Y'all, I know this video is 25 minutes long, but listen, I'm dropping jewels. So because I didn't have a red blush, I mixed two of my blush palettes. I mixed the volume 1 and the volume 4 palette from Juvia's Place. I mixed that orangey shade. I placed that first. And then I go over top of it with that light pink shade to make like a berry red color. Because even though the volume 1 comes with like a berry color, it didn't come with like what I was looking for. I was looking for something just different. And I created just that. And y'all, when I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't like blush, get into it. Because blush is lit, okay? It just adds color to your face. It's just sexy. You cannot tell me it's not sexy. Okay, it was giving like rosy cheeks. And my cheeks are already pretty rosy. And blush, it just pink. So, yeah. But I'm going back in again with that 220 powder from Maybelline. Just because I still wanted to kind of enforce that bright under eye effect. Without enforcing that bright under eye effect. If that makes any sense. So now I'm just setting my lips with some loose setting powder because I definitely want these lips to last me all night. And yes, it does brighten it up a little bit, but you notice that like it mattifies it even more. And this lip, when I drink some, honey, it is not going nowhere. But now I'm just going to give myself a quick spray. I do cover my eyes because I don't want to mess up my lashes. And then you'll see me spray my beauty blender with some setting spray. And I'm just going to press in where I didn't get a chance to touch when I sprayed the first time. Techniques. Okay, love. So that is the end of this video. Oh, y'all let me know what y'all think. Because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. It's giving like skin, you know, like it's going to last me the whole night. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, get into it. But please, 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 if you like this video, go ahead and click that like button. If y'all have any questions for me, any new products, whether it's makeup, clothing brands, or anything that y'all want me to review or try for y'all, go ahead and comment down below. All the products that I did use on my skin today is going to be listed in the description box. Links, everything, shades, down to the lashes, honey. Yeah. But please, please, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all all in the next one. Bye.